Hello and welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to be investigating one of the best inventions of the 60s, the mountain bike. I'm interested to know what different types there are, why we have different types, and really, is there any point in them? All this and more, coming right up. There's more than just one type of mountain bike, but what's the difference between this, that, this and that? Well, if we break it down simply, I think we can move it into just 5 categories. I'm going to try and show you what they are. Okay, so welcome to the photo studio. I'm going to attempt to go through the 5 categories of bikes with their key points. First up behind me is a cross-country bike. Now, you'll notice this one only has suspension at the front, and that's because cross-country bikes are built for speed and lightweight is key. There's only 100mm of travel here. Occasionally a cross-country bike has 100mm of travel at the back as well. You notice these wheels are 29er. They're the larger size of mountain bike tyre at the moment. Tyres themselves are actually quite skinny. These bikes are all about going as fast as you can. Okay, so next up we've got a trail style of bike. Now this bike behind me, the Specialized Camber, you'll notice it's a bit more rugged than a cross-country bike, built for tougher terrain. We've got 120 to 140mm of travel in the suspension up front. Again, we're sticking with the 29er wheels. That allows us to roll fast over rough terrain, and the tyres are getting a bit beefier now. This is a good bike for perhaps that person that hasn't made their mind up on what they want to, specifically ride. It's a great all-rounder. Okay, on to our third category, and that is all-mountain and enduro. Now these bikes are built to take more of a battering than cross-country and trail bikes. You notice the wheels are getting smaller. These are 650B size. That's for more control, along with the handlebars being much wider and the stem being shorter. The head tube angle on your forks here, this angle down here, this is getting slacker, much better for going downhill, and we've got 140 to 160mm of travel on the front. We've also got some suspension in the rear here, a dropper post. This bike will just eat mountain bike trails. Okay, so on to our 4th category of bikes, and that is downhill, where bigger is better. On this bike here, you can see we've got up to 250mm of travel and this big coil spring on the back to take those hard hits. Head tube angle is super slack, and these massive disc brake rotors increase braking power exponentially. We've got tiny little wheels in 650B. We've got these super wide handlebars which will give you agility and control in the corners. This is by far the toughest and the heaviest bike we've seen. Wouldn't advise anything other than dropping like a stone on this. Okay, so our 5th and final category is fat bikes, and as the name suggests, these bikes are fat. Only in the tyres though. These are fattened up versions of all the other bikes you've just seen. Come in all sorts of formats, hardtails, front only, various amounts of suspension. I'm told that the tyres, running low pressures in them, gives you quite a lot of grip and an extra bit of cushioning as well. Some see it as the way forward, others see it as a gimmick. So why do we have all these different types of mountain bike? Well, I like to think of it in terms of golf. Now bear with me here. You wouldn't go and play a round of golf with just one club. You have different clubs for different shots. It's the same with mountain biking. You have different mountain bikes for different terrains and different techniques. I'm going to try and show you exactly what I mean. The best way for me to show you what I mean is by taking 2 bikes from opposite ends of the spectrum out. So not quite exactly opposite, but we've got a cross-country bike here in the BMC Team Elite, and we've also got a Mondraker Crafty, which sort of brings us to the enduro all-mountain category. I've got a test track outside. I'm going to ride them both on the same terrain, a little bit flat, some wavy stuff, and also a bit of uphill. I'm going to let you guys know exactly what I find. Right, this is our little bad boy up first, the BMC Team Elite. Not sure about the height of this seat post, pretty sky high. Let's get going. So I'm going to start out by locking out the forks, meaning I've no suspension on right now, because we're going to start off with a little bit of flat. Oh yeah, so riding this, I feel like I'm just gliding over this. Even with the suspension locked out, large volume tyres, flying over this rocky stuff, nothing too challenging. Okay, so having a nice high seat post, making it super easy to pedal along this flat ground. But you know what? I fancy a bit of uphill. And look, there's some right there. Right, let's attack this. I've got a nice lightweight bike, Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, sticking on the grass now. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm flying up this. Grip is a little bit of an issue with these smooth tyres. I'm mainly seated right now. Oh Jesus, that is so steep. I think it's time we went and hit some more flowy stuff, a bit more fun. Oh, so descending hills with a seat post this high is definitely not fun. Feel it in between my legs, sort of dictating where I'm going to go. Let's go towards some more flowy stuff and a bit of speed for you. Hey. So I've removed the lockout from my forks, which means I've got about 100 mil of travel now. I'm finding that grip is a bit of an issue as it's so wet, and I'm constantly aware of that seat in between my legs. Oh, I jumped there. Not sure I'm going to do that with this seat. Right, uphill though, we are flying. A little bit downhill here, whoa. Another jump, missed that one out. And we hit the end of the trail. If I was doing a lot of miles in the mud, it'd probably be the bike for me, but back to the van. Let's see what we can find now with the Mondraker. Our seat looks a little bit low. Hang on a minute. Oh yeah, drop a post. That should make it easier to pedal on the flat ground. Right. I'm going to take the same route as last time, and the first thing I notice already is this bike is massive. Yeah, so just cruising along the same route here. I'm on the flat ground and I can feel the weight of this thing compared to the BMC, and it's quite obvious this is aluminium, that's carbon fibre, but just the amount of extra componentry in terms of suspension, larger brakes, etc., make it a lot heavier, a lot harder to get it up to speed. Mind you, it's not too bad. These tyres are so much more confidence inspiring as well. Just coming up to that little hill. Let's give it some. Okay, so just approaching that hill we attacked earlier, the super steep one. Not sure I'm looking forward to it on this. Oh, right, best effort. Should have a bit more grip this time. Attack the hill. Okay, yeah. The weight, it is just so much heavier, so much more effort to get it up here. I've got way more traction, but the sheer effort. I feel a lot more planted to the floor though. I feel like I can get up further. Oh, those roots. In some ways that was easier. I think it's just down to the tyres though. All right, so just heading down the hill. Of course I'm going to drop that seat. Heading downhill, I'm barely having to touch the brakes here. The brakes are just so much more effective. Okay, onto the weavy stuff. I'm going to set my forks to full travel for a bit more fun. And I've also got a rear shock this time as well. Should be bouncing all over the place. Let's have a go. Right, so the longer wheelbase is really going to work in my favour here. And already I feel like I'm just gliding over stuff so much smoother. This bike is just sucking things up. Oh, the difference is quite unbelievable. I feel a lot more stable with the long wheelbase. And although I'm definitely not speedy, oh, there's that jump. Definitely not speedy uphill than the cross-country bike. Descending, the difference is uncanny. I've just got so much more confidence to hit these corners. And at the end, wow, what a difference. Well, I'm a lot more knackered, but that was so much more fun. Okay, that's enough of me. I hope this video has really helped you out. If you've got any questions regarding what you've seen or anything else, hit me up in the comments below or in any of our social networks. Hope to see you next time. Enjoy the ride.